One of my favorite things to do is take a look at rare items throughout COD history, whether that be camos, exclusive items, whatever it is. I love doing that. So today I want to take a jump back to Modern Warfare and Warzone and take a look at a handful of items that are so rare you may have never seen them if you even knew they existed. So today we're going to be taking a look at some of the most ultra rare items within Modern Warfare and Warzone. As we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. Have you guys seen any of these? And even better, do you have any of these? Let me know if you do down in the comments. But if you enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare, Warzone, anything COD related. We got you covered here on the channel. But said, let's jump right into it. Now, with some of these, there may be some bleed over from where we've talked about these in the past. We've done so many rare items videos here on the channel that there's bound to be some bleed over, but for the most part, they all still relatively fit this category of probably 90 to 95 to maybe even higher percent of players have probably never seen these items in game for themselves. Some may actually know they exist, but to actually see them is an entirely other thing. Now, of course, yes, there are those cheaters, hackers, modders that can do unlock all tools and things like that, but those aren't by regular means. Today, we're talking within the confines of being a legitimate player, not utilizing any mods to unlock all, and where these items originate from, how you actually get them. But again, 99% of us probably will never have access to these. The one that I want to start out with here is one that we actually have talked about on the channel a couple of times, that being the Task Force 141 calling card. And if you've seen the Warzone gameplay, you've seen any streams or anything like that, this is actually the calling card that I've sported since day one of Modern Warfare. And this, whenever Modern Warfare first launched, I had no idea this would actually be as exclusive as it was. To my knowledge, there were two different ways here that you could end up getting this, both of which are very small in terms of quantity for number, but at the time, again, of Modern Warfare's launch, I kind of figured there'd be something that would unlock this later on down the line, and not just those two exclusive avenues. Number one, it was a part of a sweepstakes with, I believe it was Adidas, where the total number of winners, I think, was only around 40 or so. The other way pre-launch of Modern Warfare to obtain this was to be a part of the community multiplayer reveal, which was really only for content creators and press. So again, a very limited number here, and going throughout the launch and even life cycle of Modern Warfare, this probably was only on a couple of hundred accounts worldwide. Now, Call of Duty in late June to early July of last year ended up doing a little bit of competition, sweepstakes, whatever you want to call it, where you could submit your clips to be a part of their COD Top Play series, and if you were chosen, you ended up getting a redeemable code for that 141 calling card. So over the course of almost 2 years now, there has been a couple of different ways to obtain this, but still in terms of quantity, there's not a lot of them out there. Next, I want to talk about two camos in particular, two of which that to see legitimately is incredibly rare. Again, coming back to it, you may have seen some modders or cheaters with this for unlock all tools, but those that actually have this legit, there is not a lot of them out there. To be able to obtain these camos and then the calling cards we're going to talk about afterwards for a short period of time here, these you had to be a part of the Activision Ambassador program, which is currently actually on hold and has been for a couple of months. They haven't opened it back up. They're not accepting new applicants, but these people would essentially kind of act as your support on various different levels of either forums, the actual support pages for the various number of games that Activision has under their publishing wing. So if you're somebody that had played Activision games for ages, you know a lot about this kind of stuff, you could essentially sign up and be a volunteer support person to anybody that needed some help. And as a sort of way to say thank you to people that ended up signing up for this, after a period of time, you ended up getting calling cards and even upwards of the active camo and banded camo within Modern Warfare. Now, these are usable in Modern Warfare as well as Warzone, which is definitely nice. Had this been something that was introduced within Black Ops 4, then it'd kind of be lost to obscurity because that's not going to live on as much, but these camos would fit into your special category here. And unlike the vast majority of camo patterns, skins, outside of those base camo challenges, you could actually apply this camo to any weapon that you ended up wanting, on top of even a blueprint design. They would fit right in that special category, like the CDL camos or the Call of Duty Endowment Pack camos. They could be applied to any weapon. The active camo is probably the one you've seen more so here through modded means. That's one that seems to be a fan favorite among those that do unlock all tools, this being that sort of rainbow stripe that goes down the side of your weapon. But the banded camo has a bit more of a geometric design here to it, and it's focused around the digital social shield that comes along as that sort of Activision Ambassador logo, both of which incredibly rare, and again, turn this out to be a camo you've probably never seen. Now, again, following kind of in the footsteps here of camos, the more coveted rewards, I think here, there absolutely are some other things that the Activision Ambassador program at the time when it was open and active rewarded players with here. A lot of that coming down to calling cards. And truth be told, there's actually a handful of these here that have made their way throughout the various seasons and were rewarded at different times. Some of which you'll see on screen here right now. But again, they all really come down to being able to help out the fellow community member via this program as someone helping out with the support pages, the forums, and other locations where these games are discussed. Next, we're going to talk about some things that are absolutely exclusive and don't even, from my understanding, have redemption codes or anything like this that you could end up finding. Instead, they're all handled on the back end and only internally because we're talking about developer calling cards. For those that are unaware, there actually are, just like how there were back in the day with specific clan tags, say back in Modern Warfare 2. You couldn't have the clan tag IW for Infinity Ward unless you actually were whitelisted and a part of the Infinity Ward development team. The kind of same thing applies here within Modern Warfare and Warzone because there are specific customization items that actually do apply only to those that are a part of these development teams. And those that are included within Modern Warfare and Warzone are Sledgehammer Games, Raven Software, Demonware, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Activision Shanghai, Activision Central Tech, Activision, and Beanox, as well as High Moon Studio. Now, a lot of these you may or may not recognize. Obviously, Sledgehammer Games, Raven, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, those are the big four here at this, but Beanox and High Moon Studio have always been support studios for Call of Duty. Demonware is the company that handles a lot of the matchmaking here for Activision titles. And of course, your Activision Shanghai and Central Tech are those of the more developmental-oriented sides of Activision, whereas just the Activision calling card is the publishing end. So anybody associated with these studios or these companies do have the ability to gain access to this from my understanding, but anybody to the general public like you or I, probably never going to get our hands on these. Now, the final thing that I want to talk about here is one that may not cover all of the bases. I'm sure that we've probably missed a couple here at this, but this one is one that actually is available to all players, but it's just such an absurdly tall task that you're likely never going to complete this. That being the Weapon Grandmaster calling card that you can unlock for completing every single weapon mastery challenge in relation to kills and headshot challenges. This taking you through 50 plus weapons or whatever we have within Modern Warfare and completing those mastery challenges for each one. That is an absurdly tall task. And not to mention, when this was introduced, unfortunately, this was, I think, in season 5 of Modern Warfare, so very late within the year of Modern Warfare by comparison, and they weren't retroactive, meaning they didn't count anything before those challenges were introduced. So for you to do this, it's roughly like 120,000 kills with weapons altogether, paired out between every single weapon, but 120,000 kills after Season 5. That's something that many players don't even reach during the entire year of support for a Call of Duty title, let alone starting right at the tail end of that game. This is absolutely one of those things that I have never seen personally within Modern Warfare and Warzone. You likely haven't as well, and for that, I think that's a good way to wrap up this video. That said, let me know your thoughts down below. Number 1, have you seen any of these items in-game legitimately? And 2, do you by chance have any of these items? If you do, just know you have some of those exclusive content within Modern Warfare and Warzone, literally ever. And if you think I missed something that deserves to be on this list, let me know down there in the comments as well. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure you drop a like down below. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Warzone, Modern Warfare, COD 2021, you name it, we got you covered here on the channel. If you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get content out of YouTube. Practice on both those. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.